All right. Greetings, brothers and sisters. My name is Brother John Hargrove. I serve as president for the Dr. Julius Nyeri CBPM division in Atlanta, Division 421. Tonight, we'll be having our mass meeting. Tonight, we'll be discussing some of our executive offices, Office of Corresponding Secretary and Financial Secretary. And again, tonight is March 9th, 2025. Time is currently about 15 after 5. And before we get into the pledge, um, we must understand the importance of the offices and the positions of leadership within any organization, but especially when we're talking nationhood or government. And tonight we're focusing on some of our secretary positions, corresponding secretary and financial secretary. And as we go through them, we must remember the importance of these roles and responsibilities. Corresponding secretary can be summed up in regards to communication, making sure the body is aware of what's going on. So when you look at, the United States, for example, they have a daily press briefing where there's a representative that speaks on behalf of the executive office, and there's also press briefings with members of legislature, whether it's House of Representatives or Senate. And that's a form of, and those individuals have teams that handle what you would call correspondence or communication. So that's a vital role in organization. And more importantly, or just as important, financial secretary, making sure we have proper accounting and transparency with our accounting. So um, I just want us to not overlook the value of the responsibilities of our secretaries. So we'll start with our pledge. So if everyone would please come off mute, put your black fists in the air.
Your perfect condition. Osborne Homes is the easiest way to sell your house fast.
Commit my body, mind, and spirit.
I commit my body, mind, and spirit
to the protection, defense, and security.
To the protection, defense, and security
Red, black, and green.
of the red, black, and green.
I dedicate my life to the redemption of Mother Africa
I dedicate my life to the redemption of Mother Africa
and the liberation of her scattered black children.
and the liberation of her
scattered black children.
I accept for myself and my descendants
I accept myself and my descendants
the teachings of universal African nationalism.
the teachings of
Universal African nationalism.
nationalism.
And I promise that our children will be instilled
And I promise that will be instilled
the purpose and knowledge of themselves as African people.
with the
themselves
In order that the cause of our struggle
and the order that the cause of our
struggle
will neither falter nor fail
will
fail
until all Black people are free and united
until all
black
people are
united
through one God,
one God,
one aim,
one aim,
one destiny.
one destiny.
Praise first, family.
Praise first.
Please mute your lines, and we will continue our opening rituals. I'll commence with from Greenland's icy mountains per our directives from Mr. Garvey. From Greenland's icy mountains, from India's coral strand, where Africa's sunny fountains roll down their golden sand, from many ancient rivers, from many palmy plains, they called us to deliver their land from error's chain. Shall we, whose souls are lighted with wisdom from on high, shall we to men benighted the lamp of life deny? Salvation, O salvation, the joyful sound proclaim, to earth's remotest nation has learned Messiah's name. Waft, waft, ye winds, his story, and you, ye waters, roll, till like a sea of glory, it spreads from pole to pole. To o'er our ransomed nation, the Lamb for sinners slain, Redeemer, King, Creator, in bliss returns to reign. Amen. Next ritual would be our prayer. So let me stop sharing. Turn. If you would, please assume your comfortable position of prayer as we call on our Creator. uh, Almighty God, whose kingdom is everlasting, power infinite, be gracious unto the Universal Negro Improvement Association, and so rule the hearts of thy servants, the President General, members of High Executive Council, and all others in authority, that they, knowing the great responsibilities of their office, may above all seek the honor and welfare of this race, and grant that our people, considering the authority they bear, may faithfully and obediently honor them in accordance with our laws through Jesus Christ our Lord, who with thee and the Holy Ghost liveth and reigneth ever, one God, world without end. Amen. Okay, and our last ritual, let me get my screen back up, is shine on eternal light. I'll read this briefly. Shine on eternal light to greet our souls this day. Dispel the gloominess of night and drive our doubts away. Our longing eye prepare when war and strife shall cease. To view the morn soon to appear, the new era of peace. Thy glorious church, O God, no kingdom can remove. Made without hands his blessed abode, the harbinger of love. Of all the gifts that flow from thy great throne above, we ask thee on our hearts bestow the gift of perfect love. My soul the light receives and dares the truth to prove, not in blind ignorance believes, but knows that God is love. Come love and give new birth to man's destructive mind. Spread where confusion reigns on earth, goodwill to all mankind. Shine on, eternal light. Thy penetrating ray shall turn the hour of darkest night into eternal day. Amen. And with that, that takes care of our opening rituals. We will do a roll call, 520. We'll do a roll call. And Brother Art, I'll do my best on, I know we talked about the previous meeting. So executive officers first, have myself, President, Brother John is here. Our Lady President, Sister Diane is here. Our first Vice President, Brother Macias, is present. Our, I thought I heard Sister Cecily. Thought I did. Okay. Second male Vice President, Brother Malik is here. Third male Vice President, Brother Eric is also present. For first and second Lady Vice Presidents are absent currently. Attorney Imhotep, our council legal defense committee coordinator, is present, and our treasurer, Brother Ross Marvin, is present. Also, our recording secretary, Brother Art, is present. So absent, we are missing Brother James, Brother Cornelius, and our Lady Vice Presidents. So that takes care of our officers. Beyond our officers, we have Sister Bertha Rose here in Atlanta. We have Dr. Zafia out of 106 Baltimore. Inc. Kosi Soul. We have Brother Ormond, also an elder coordinator in our executive office here in Atlanta. Sister Sharon Frierson, member of Division 421 Atlanta, and Sister Desiree, a member out of San Francisco, and V of 40M. Total, I'm seeing 18 on the call this evening. Is there anyone that I missed? iPaddy, who's iPaddy? iPaddy. Anybody know iPaddy? iPaddy, put you in the waiting room. Come back. All right. And that takes care of our roll call. Ground rules. Time, I think, is one of the first things we've been missing as of recently. Please keep your comments limited to 3 minutes when you have the chance to speak. We will try to, we've always had an issue enforcing that, and I mean, out of love, but please keep your limits. Keep comments limited to 3 minutes. Take notes when you're not speaking so that you have questions, you can have questions or comments when it is opportunity to speak. Sisters, don't give out your personal information. We don't use the N word. And I think that's about it. That's all I can think of. So, all right. Thank you, brothers and sisters. And preamble. So we'll open up. One of our last opening items is our preamble. For those new members coming to find out, coming to a mass meeting of the UNIA, what is the UNIA? Who is this Marcus Garvey guy? What are their goals, objectives that can be laid out somewhat in the preamble. So we use the preamble to describe who we are. And it says, this is in our Constitution, it says the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League is a social, friendly, humanitarian, charitable, educational, institutional, constructive, and expansive society, and is founded by persons desiring to the utmost to work for the general uplift of the Negro peoples of the world, and the members pledge themselves to do all in their power to conserve the rights of their noble race and to respect the rights of all mankind, believing always in the brotherhood of man and the fatherhood of God. The motto of the organization is one God, one aim, one destiny. Therefore, let justice be done to all mankind, realizing that if the strong oppresses the weak, confusion and discontent will ever mark the path of man, but with love, faith, and charity towards all, the reign of peace and plenty will be heralded into the world, and the generations of men shall be called blessed. So that's a preamble of the UNIA-ACL Constitution. Minutes from our previous meeting. Brother Art, I don't even know. I think you were tied up for that meeting. Officers, is there anybody that has any notes from our February 23rd meeting? Or is that something we just need to kind of refer to the recording for and we'll get back to it later? Any questions or concerns on our previous meeting? Okay. All right. Well, I'll refer to the video. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I know we had just finished up our programs. And the topic, yeah, we were talking about Dr. Tony Martin. I remember that, but we'll have that video available shortly. And with that, that takes us into our topic for tonight, which is, as we stated, are two of our offices of secretary. So let me pull up that information. Second. Let's see. So, per our annual, part of our annual newsletter schedule that came out earlier in the year, tonight we're focusing on correspondence and financial Office of Correspondence and Financial Secretaries for Division 421. And again, this is part of the inner structure of the UNIA. So, um, in executive structure, particularly. This is what I was trying to show earlier. Share. I'm sharing that. So, this is the local UNIA Division 421 executive body. We will have discussions about Office of President and Lady President, Treasurer, Vice Presidents, Education, Agriculture, Black Cross Nurses, Constitution regularly, membership regularly. Uh, Throughout the year, we will be discussing each of these offices. However, tonight we are focusing on these two offices. The Office of Corresponding Secretary, currently Sister Cecily is being trained for that office, and Financial Secretary, which is an open position. But we talked about in the beginning the importance of these roles, and now we will look specifically at the responsibilities of these roles per the our local bylaws. Okay. Okay, and I guess our quote from Mr. Garvey for today. We are going to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, because whilst others might free the body, none but ourselves can free the mind. Mind is our only ruler. Mind is your only ruler, sovereign. The man who is not able to develop and use his mind is bound to be the slave of the other man who uses his mind. And officers, course of African philosophy, um, that should ring a bell, especially that last statement. The man who's not able to develop and use his mind is bound to be the slave of the other man who uses his mind. So we must emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. That's a quote from Mr. Garvey for today. Office of Corresponding Secretary. Okay. So responsibility A states the Office of Corresponding Secretary is responsible for updating, maintaining, and managing Division 421's birthday database. So, all of our members have birthdays, and we have a policy per the Office of Corresponding Secretary where we should be tracking members' birthdays, and I'll see if we'll get to later the call. Item B, the Office of Corresponding Secretary is responsible for contacting the members of Division 421 with a birthday greeting, call, and message by email and or text. So one of the primary responsibilities of Corresponding Secretary is just wishing our brothers and sisters a happy birthday, happy Earth Day every year, staying in touch with membership. Office of Corresponding Secretary contacts in advance via phone, email, or text all members of Division 421 to invite them to partake in meetings and activities. So many of us at this point are used to the rhythm of second and fourth Sundays, and that's become, consistent 5 p.m., even first and third Sundays. Every Sunday, 5 p.m. Here in Atlanta, where we're having a gathering, some type of mass meeting. But in addition to that common rhythm, some of us are getting emails. We sent the email out last night, I believe. So everybody got a text message, or most people should have gotten a text today. So you should see a relationship between the corresponding secretary and what we call our membership well, we don't have a membership secretary. We have a membership office and a membership coordinator. So when members sign up and they pay their dues, they become active members. The information that they provide, as far as members' birthdays, phone number, text message, that should be transferred over to our corresponding office so that when we have meetings, the corresponding office can send out, hey, we've got a meeting coming up. When we have programs, the corresponding office can put together, invitations to those programs. When we, when if we're trying to promote something, when we, not to say that the corresponding office has to create the flyers, but when we do have those flyers, we can provide that to the corresponding office, and it'll already be a system to where that information is shared with all of our members. So that's what you should see so far with the responsibilities of the corresponding secretary. That was C. D. Office of Corresponding Secretary is responsible to check, receive, and respond to Division 421's email inquiries made by interested individuals in the UNIA-ACL with membership application, division brochure, and information on Division 421's meetings and activities. So again, this is a very important concept in regards to Organization 101. If someone wants to be a part of the UNIA, someone wants to be a part of the Division 421, do we know the process? Do we have the documents, the applications? Do we know the joining fee? Do we know the yearly assessment? Do we know the monthly dues? And again, this is more for the officers, but as well as for members. Um, that information should be being communicated to you. If we are interested in something, we as an organization, or if someone's interested in us as an organization, we as an organization should make it easy to establish that connection. And that again goes back to corresponding secretary. So whether it's people are texting us, emailing us, even I would include social media, if they call it DMs and things. If someone's sending a message on Facebook or Instagram to say, hey, how can I get involved? How can I get more information? That should be funneled through the corresponding secretary's office, and the corresponding secretary's office should be able to respond in a timely manner to each of these requests and inquiries. I struggle with that word. E, all email communications to members of Division 421 come from the Office of Corresponding Secretary, has to BCC and CC Division 421 President. So that's just basically I don't want to say legal, but a requirement in regards to communication. Anything that the secretary is communicating, especially to our members, our president, and I would argue lady president, should be aware. So BCC and CCC to division, I would say presidents. That would be an update. And this is our bylaws from last year. So we're still making updates this year. F, any and all mass email communications from the Office of the Corresponding Secretary to members of Division 421 must have members' emails placed in the blind carbon copy BCC of the email to ensure members' emails are kept confidential. So if anybody that's gotten an email from us, especially for this email tonight, the only office or the only emails that are visible to the general public, and maybe even that can be questioned, are the emails of our executive body. They get CC'd to all of the emails, and then to each of the members, they get BCC'd, blind carbon copied. Um, and that is, so when you look at the email, you should see your name in the blind carbon copy section. And with that, we're able to send invitation to hundreds or thousands of individuals. But no one necessarily needs to know that you are getting an invitation to the UNIA mass meeting. So it's a level of privacy for each of our members. And that's something that we will continue. That's F, so that's blind carbon copy. G, the Office of Corresponding Secretary manages Division 421's contacts from the website, web page, or online forums and maintains this information in a database or spreadsheet of interested individuals for Division 421. So that sounds like similar to our membership database, but it's okay, it's from a contact standpoint. So our corresponding secretary we should have a database specifically for our corresponding secretary that includes website and web page. Hold on. Website, web page, or online forums, and maintains this information in database or spreadsheet of interested individuals. I think that should read to where we keep a database of members' contact information, including website, web pages as well. So that's the way I read that. And Ross, you can clarify once we finish. H, the Office of Corresponding Secretary is responsible for making sure that each member of Division 421 receives an agenda of the biweekly meetings before the meeting is held. So in our emails, which is something we've tried to include as of recently, we've got an agenda. It'll say, opening, rituals, topic, member share, division officer reports, and I think we started to add upcoming events. But an agenda of what's planned to be discussed for that meeting is also a responsibility of Office of Corresponding Secretary. And that has to be done for each of our meetings, particularly mass meetings, but even our executive meeting, that's the responsibility of our vice president. The Office of Corresponding Secretary is responsible for keeping Division 421 member contact information. So this is what I thought the previous one was. Phone number, email, and mailing address. Up to date, and may use the app Truth Finder to accomplish this goal. So keeping our contact information database up to date and accurate. And that's where the Truth Finder comes in to make sure the information is accurate. But with the regular annual birthday call, that's also an opportunity for us to update our contact database. J, the Office of Corresponding Secretary is responsible for attending the monthly UNIA-ACL Secretary General meeting and reporting to the presidents of Division 421, the executive body, and the membership and the operations of the Office of the UNIA-ACL Secretary General. So there's a monthly secretary meeting every second Wednesday, and our corresponding secretary is responsible to represent the Atlanta division in that meeting and make sure whatever is discussed is brought back to the presidents and the executive body of the division. So attending our monthly secretaries meeting is another responsibility of our secretaries, which also is coming up this week. This week is second Wednesday. So this Wednesday, secretaries, please be prepared Wednesday evening to attend the secretaries call. Continuing, K, Office of Corresponding Secretary is responsible for checking with Division 421 President regularly to ensure smooth operation of Division 421. That's just making sure we're all on the same page. And pretty much through officers training, we do that regularly. We're in communication weekly at this point, but regularly. And I would say once we get through officers training, specifically in regards to correspondence, as we're planning our meetings, what's the agenda, or what are the flyers, is there any new communication or any new individuals that need to be added to this mass meetings communication, things like that. So, and as we said with the secretaries have monthly meetings. Presidents also have monthly meetings. So that's another opportunity for our secretaries to get updated on what's been discussed on the president's level. Any questions or comments on our Office of Corresponding Secretary before we go to Financial Secretary? Okay. Okay, so again, corresponding communication, very important, but it's hard to organize or to mobilize without proper communication. So, all right, next is Office of Financial Secretary. And now we're talking accounting, basically, making sure we have good bookkeeping for the funds. Office of Financial Secretary. A, the Financial Secretary is responsible for maintaining Division 421 financial database. And we'll talk about that a little bit more as we continue. I don't want to break it down because I think the next points kind of break down what is the financial database. B, the Financial Secretary collects and documents Division 421 funds at meetings and events and issues receipts for all payments. So very important role of the financial secretary is being accountable for the funds that we bring in. 421, the financial secretary receives all funds of Division 421 and hand over the funds to the treasurer of division to be deposited in Division 421's bank account. So yeah, the first point of contact for our funds is our financial secretary, and that's the point of the financial database. Financial database keeps track of all the receipts of funds that are received, and that's communicated in with our treasurer. D, financial secretary is responsible for collecting dues from all Division 421's members in a timely manner. So if you receive any communication from Division 421 financial secretaries, that is a responsibility of the Office of Financial Secretary. So that individual is doing their work per our local bylaws. And again, all officers, or not officers, all members, we encourage you to pay your dues, be an active member of the UNIA, and contribute $3 a month. And thank you to those that are active members, which many of us on the call are. So thank you for that. That was D.E. The financial secretary is responsible for attending the monthly UNIA-ACL Secretary General meeting with the Secretary General and reporting to division presidents of Division 421, the executive body, and the members on the operations of the UNIA-ACL Secretary General's office. So again, that secretary meeting, the monthly secretary meeting, financial secretary is responsible per the bylaws to attend that meeting as well. F, financial secretary shall work with the executive secretary to put together the monthly financial report of Division 421 and forward same to Division 421 president and UNIA-ACL parent body by the first of every month. So we have a requirement of first of every month. So that would be, so if we're doing the report for the month of March, that would be by the 1st of April. We need to have the month of March completed. And again, that just keeps us up to date, keeps everything current, and it keeps us from overburdening ourselves. So officers are aware, and members, you can be aware as well. We've just submit our reports up to the month of February 2025. So we are up to date as possibly can be, other than the 9 months in March. That's the only thing that hasn't been documented and recorded to our leadership. But again, we're not responsible to record that to leadership until the 21st of next month. But we give ourselves a requirement that by the 1st of April, all records need to be properly documented and recorded for our monthly report. So that is G. Financial Secretary maintains the records of contributions of each member of the division and makes monthly reports to the president, the executive body, and membership, all funds collected on the given month. So our financial secretary provides a report monthly. And again, that's what I was just saying. We're up to date. We just did our report for the month of February during recently. I can't remember when. I don't know if it was the executive. I think it was executive meeting for March. H, the financial secretary gives an annual report to Division 421 members of the finances of the division. So we should be expecting a monthly annual report summary of where the division stands financially, and that comes from financial secretary. I, financial secretary, keeps a running record of donations and any finances used to pay bills and all expenses and income of the division. So again, accounting and a clean record, clean financial record. Yeah. I mean, speaking to the crowd, but we should understand how improperly documented finances have ruined not only Black organizations, but Black individuals throughout time. So, being clear on the expectation that our reports are accurate and up to date is a requirement as we build. So I'll be very clear on that. If there's any confusion on that, please let me know. But and if there's any lack of transparency or understanding, please let me know. But we must be clear, we must be transparent, and all dues paying members have a right to know where their funds are going, where their funds are being used, and basic financial questions. Obviously anything in detail, if it's private, if we got any secret projects or anything like that, I wouldn't say anything. But in general, hey, we've got programs coming up, education program, charity program. As a matter of fact, we do have a charity program I will be announcing soon. Garvey Day in August. That's the best things I can think of because charity can take so much fun. So all right, but yes, clear finances is a responsibility of us as an organization, and that responsibility falls in the Office of Financial Secretary. Jade, Financial Secretary, makes weekly/monthly transfer of funds collected for Division 421 to Division's Treasurer. So if we were receiving funds on a regular basis, hand-to-hand transactions, those funds should be transferred to the treasurer on a regular basis. In 2025, most of our funds transfers are electronic, and we've set up a system to where our funds are regularly, every 2 weeks, they automatically transfer to our bank account. And everyone should know Division 421 utilizes Citizens Trust Bank, and that's a Black-owned bank here in Atlanta. But that's where that's where all of our funds are held. Well, no, I was going to say all of our funds. Outside of the electronic services, so Cashapp, PayPal will have funds on those services, and then we transfer them to Citizens Trust. But again, that's off responsibility of financial secretary to make sure those regular transfers take place. And again, with the treasurer, in communication with the treasurer. K, financial secretary gives the treasurer itemized bills, sales slips, and invoices of payment. So that goes with J, with those regular reports, itemized reports. Where did these $30 come from? Came from this member here. They bought, paid $10 joining fee and got a $20 t-shirt. But that needs to be itemized and transferred regularly to our treasurer and division fund. That's K. HIJKL. The financial secretary at the end of the year prepares and presents records for audit. So we kind of just kind of did that with our financial report. We haven't done it in totality when it comes to, well, I guess we have in a sense, through over the year, because we did it when we have in-person programs. Sometimes we'll sell items and we need to make sure that's itemized, and that should be summarized at the end of the year as well. That's where I was going. So financial secretary, having a consistent financial secretary throughout the year is important for that, because sometimes we'll have a financial secretary in March or May, but then, August we got a different financial secretary, and then November we may not have no financial secretary. M, financial secretary works as required with president, treasurer, membership coordinator, and all office committees in the division to provide information for fundraising programs, special projects dealing with the UNIA, and donations to UNIA-ACL parent body. So being in communication, all officers, we should be unified and on the same page and speaking in the same voice, but assisting each other. So as the promotions office is creating something for us to attend, communication is promoting for us to attend that program. If there's some finances tied to that, financial office would be there to okay, we sold 10 tickets at $10, so here's the $100 and here's the receipts for that. So we all got to be in step and play our role, play our position. It's happening, and it will continue to happen. But in order for it to happen cleanly and distinctly, and make sure no particular office is overburdened, this is the structure that we have here at Division 421. Last couple items in: the financial secretary shall purchase supplies as required by President of Division 421. So as financial secretary is close to the funds with the treasurer most likely would approve the purchase of supplies. I think last time we did this, one of the last times we did this was, I'm trying to think, at Malcolm X Day, when we needed some folders to hold our new member brochures. That was something where we would empower a financial secretary. If we, forgot some ice or something, empower a financial secretary to use some funds to get some ice to put in a cooler or some drinks or something like that. That's how it's been utilized thus far. On a bigger level, I would see, since we're preparing for like HEC, there may be a request for some funds for travel or lodging for our delegates to travel. But that would be like the biggest request that I could see a financial secretary making. But again, any request for funds from our division account, from the people's funds, must be handled properly through financial secretary, and I would also say treasurer as well, which isn't stated here. And last one, O, financial secretary is responsible for checking with Division 421's president regularly to ensure smooth operation of Division 421. So make sure we're on the same page. We are in this one accord uh, communication. Any questions or comments on financial secretary? And Lady, Lady President, is there anything that you wanted to share in regards to and I don't know if any of our secretaries are on. Um, I know Brother Art is recording secretary, but that's the different office. Okay, Sister Aziza.
Not at this time.
Not at this time. Um, any improvements we can see from either office, corresponding secretary or financial secretary? And again, as Lady President, and I think you hold the office of, yeah, well, General Secretary is an open office, but Lady President kind of default serves as General Secretary in the absence. So General Secretary would be the head of all secretaries. But Lady President, any um, anything that you could see in the future from these two offices, any improvement that we can do?
I believe the responsibilities are quite a bit. And I think it's pretty, it's a bit, it should be, it should keep the secretary quite busy.
Yes. Well, I'll open the floor. Any other officers or anyone else? Any questions or comments on?
Well, that the financial secretary, that description, that's a huge job, and I don't know with that position, she can't have an assistant with that position as well.
Yes, actually, all of our officers and office should have offices. So President Ross has promoted for years that each officer should be able to recruit and train up five, individuals that can help within that office. So corresponding secretary, as it says, it should be a corresponding secretary's office, and it should be a team that is supporting the corresponding secretary. Same with financial. Financial, it should be a group of individuals, 3 to 5 individuals that are helping our financial secretary. Anytime we have a program, um, and our brother Macy's kind of mentioned a good point. Brother Macy's, I'd like for you to share as well. But anytime we have a program, um, if we're doing hand-to-hand transactions, a office of financial secretary officer should be there as well. And brother Macy's, you kind of mentioned the overlap with financial and business. And that was a good point, which I hadn't really considered. But Brother Macy's, you want to comment?
Oh yeah, I was just saying that office seemed like it falls under the business office, and I was just mentioning how, of course, if nobody's in the office, it's the responsibility rolls up to the people who the office is under, and of course, if nobody's under it in that chain, of course, the president normally will execute that
Who is
that
it?
that task.
Yes.
So it should roll all the way up to the president until someone's there. Then it should roll up to the business office to execute it if no one's in that position before it gets to the president. I said in the comment.
I think I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I appreciate that, Brother Macy's. You talking about Office of Financial Secretary in general?
Yes.
So you saying that okay, we could Brother Macy stepping up to
Find a
somebody in the
secretary.
office for us. It's no longer open office.
Yes, I'm stepping up to interim until we find one.
I appreciate that. Thank you, my brother. I got you, Brother Macy's. And we'll continue discussions. I mean, you've been involved. Um, the training is straightforward. You've been a part of that as well. But as the bylaws stated, I mean, and training is in the bylaws. Our monthly financial meetings is a core component of the financial report. Being
I,
able to verify and validate member dues on a regular basis is an important part. But also, as we talked about, when we have programs and making receipts and things. So you aware of what's going on.
I got to tell on myself a little bit more. About 3 years ago, I went to the office and train with President Ross on how to do the financial report. You know, but to be honest, it is a lot of work, and I had to run from it. But
Uh,
it's all about balancing our time, and yeah, it's a lot of work though, y'all. It really is. But
well,
so I did.
let
I
me say
mean, it's just a lot of tracking going between systems, and
yes.
that could be tedious. It's not a lot. It's just tedious work, I would say. But
Let me say something to that. With the electronic, I feel like it's gotten a little bit better for me, as opposed to the hand receipts, because those can the legibility can be off a little bit. But one of the two key things, one is paying our dues regularly and paying our dues for the year is very helpful. So when we if we pay our dues in January and knock out the year, from a financial secretary standpoint, we know that person's locked in, as opposed to paying monthly and you kind of got to look for that individual every month. That is more laborious. That was the first point. I think I lost the second point. Second point. Oh, the second point I think was just keeping our report up to date. I've I've worked with Ross as well, and we can when we get up to like 3 or 4 months that we have to catch up. That's a lot, and we don't want to do that consistently. If we can stay 1 to 2 months, it's not too bad to keep it updated. Those are my two comments. President Ross, you want to chime in on this?
Brother John, I wanted to let you know, mentioning dues, I wanted to know where I'm at on dues as well, and I want to make sure that I'm paid up.
Black Power.
Yes, sir.
Um, yeah, you reached out. Didn't you reach out? You sent me a
I
text.
did. I did reach out to you earlier today. I mean, earlier this week, but no problem. We'll talk again. We can deal with that whenever. But
I
I
got.
just want to make sure that I let you know that.
Thank you, my brother. And
No problem.
you've always been on top of it. So definitely appreciate that. When I talk about what I was just saying, where individuals make it easy to do the reports, brother Black Power and Kosi is a great example of that. So thank you, brother Kosi, longtime supporter. Any other questions, comments, President Ross, Financial Secretary, corresponding secretaries? Ross Marvin, you there? See how you do. You always when I need to. Brother Eric, anything you wish to say or add? Uh, and Brother Malik as well. Look at Sister Cecily joining. Everybody on that. I forgot the time change. It's the time change, folk. Greetings, brothers and sisters. Okay, that wraps up our topic for tonight. Again, we were talking about our Office of Corresponding Secretary and Financial Secretary. These are fundamental components of organization, nation building, as our preamble says, society. Any type of society where we're trying to create will need offices and aspects of communication, or as we say, corresponding secretary. They will need aspects of accounting, or as we say, financial secretary. And also from a financial secretary standpoint, the input of economics. I think that was something that I may have overlooked is the financial secretary reaching out to brothers and sisters to make those contributions, and also us on the front end contributing to and making sure our financial secretary is doing a good job. As Brother Nkosi just said, hey, where am I at on my fund? Like I hadn't gotten a message hadn't gotten a call or anything. Is everything still good? So we all got to play our part. Economics is a foundation, and communication is a foundation as well. So this is a perfect meeting. We wouldn't be on this meeting tonight if it wasn't for some form of communication, and we wouldn't be able to continue to have these gatherings if we weren't all making those contributions economically. So thank you, brothers and sisters. That's all I've really got in regards to the topic. If there's nothing else, I would like to hand it over to our officers. We could do a brief officers report, and then we'll go over to member share. First Vice President. Oh, matter of fact, no, Lady President. I'm sorry.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. Race first.
First.
Not much more to add except these all the roles are important, of course, and I am eagerly anticipating when all the roles are filled and when we have the economic peace in place to keep us all very busy, very profitable. And now it doesn't seem as if there is much to do, but I think as we go about the process of creating the economic peace, which is vital. I mean, we know that we're here to uplift our race and so on and so forth. And that's where it starts. It's like the mindset, like we touched on in the beginning, emancipating ourselves from mental slavery. So the mindset piece is crucial. It's vital. Uh, about working as one, cohesivity. I think that's all a part of it. But I think Wendy, it might seem like there's not a lot to do, but there is quite a bit to do when the economic piece gets in place. And so I am eagerly anticipating that. That's about all I have to add. Great having everyone on this call today, and race first.
Race first. Thank you, Lady President. Next, and Lady President, let me see what I have for you. What I have for you. One thing in regards to what you said. Yes, it's a lot to do, first of all. It's even where we are. But two, um, I think it's the perfect time right now to get involved and to learn um, the fundamentals of organization. I think that's the best way to say it. But the time is coming and those funds are coming. The economic foundation is coming. But we also have to understand when the money comes, there's going to be a whole nother batch of our brothers and sisters that are going to come with that. So I urge us to get involved now, learn as much as we can now, be as gain as much expertise as we can now, so that when the money does get here, it will be or organic growth is the thought that comes to mind. But for Lady President, HEC, anything you wanted to say for upcoming High Executive Council in April? We will be attending High Executive Council. Myself, Lady President is tentatively scheduled to attend. First Vice President is tentatively scheduled to attend, and our second Lady Vice President, Dr. Kuda, is supposed to be attending as well. But Lady President, anything you wanted to say for HEC coming up?
The last one was my first, and it was amazing. It was a way to meet other divisions, other members, learn about some of the things that are going on in the other divisions, um, kind of, just getting to know the other members, the other folks. We did something that was great. We kind of shared a house, so there was quite a number of us in the house, and we kind of had our own little social gathering at the end of the day, and that camaraderie was really nice. And we talk about, important topics as well, of course. Um, the headquarters, the building at the headquarters, and just, different things about making a difference in our society, in the world, amongst our race. It was very high level and very nice, um, to discuss the UNIA on a different level. So I would encourage anyone who can attend to attend. It'll be a worthwhile trip. Race first.
Great person. That's in Philadelphia, April 10th through 13th. All active members are welcome to attend and support. And Lady President, just to be clear, your Philadelphia technically was your second. Your first was, even though,
Oh
Atlanta.
yes, that's when I joined. I wasn't a member yet.
Exactly. Yeah, our Lady
I
President.
was actually helping Kate with the caterers with some stuff, and then I realized, okay, we're catering the UNIA, and I was like, the UNIA, the organization that Marcus Garvey started,
Mhm,
they're still around.
mhm.
And so once I learned that, I joined right at that, even though I wasn't even there for a UNIA, I joined at the event.
Yep.
So you're right. Thank you. I stand corrected.
No, thank you, thank you. And just what now? 2 years later, Lady President, Delegate, Representative of the Atlanta Division. So, it's a great symbol of what we can do if it's something that we truly desire. So, thank you again, Lady President.
Thank
Any,
you.
any questions or comments for our Lady President? If not, we will proceed to.
Actually, and then not to cut you, but like three of us joined. It was myself and the two individual that I was helping with the catering.
Mhm.
And so the three of us joined, but they're like absentee members for the most part, but
Exactly.
hopefully they'll be more involved. They will be more involved, as we proceed with some of our agendas.
It just is, yeah, and I mean, some of our people are busy and tied up, and we understand that, and they wish to be more involved, and that's understandable, that's valid. But we also must understand that there are different types of Garveyites, or as I would say, and that's why we are here in this meeting where others could be available, but they aren't attending the meeting. But the same opportunity that our Lady President got when she joined is the same opportunity that her compatriots had, but it was her desire that caused her to further engage, further question, and that further questioning led to her further supporting. So not everyone is going to want to take this, to the end goal immediately, like we will. Some of us are going to take a little bit more time, but it makes it clear to be able to identify the differences in our people. And that's
And
something.
I think it was the preamble that you read earlier,
Yes.
and it talks about that strong desire to serve the race, and at some point along the game that you just get that, and I don't even know how to explain it, but it just kind of comes, and next thing you know, there you go.
They
Here we are.
wanted at
So
the utmost to work for the uplift of the Negro peoples of the world. I think that's
right,
the phrasing.
right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lady President. We got to proceed. First Vice President, you're up next. Anything you got report wise for our membership?
Yeah, greetings, family. Brother O'Macy is your first vice president. I also serve as your business development coordinator. And like President John said, his mission is about the uplift of our people. And for me, this year is all about execution. This year, we have a great blueprint at the UNIA. It's your first time at the meeting, or if it's your first time hearing about it. Marcus Garvey put together a plan for our people to be able to execute the tasks that are needed to be able to uplift our people. Whenever you want to bite an elephant, you have to do it with small bites at a time. And of course, with the spirit of Garvey and our previous president Ross Marvin, he created the platform for our division here. And of course, that platform is broken up, and all the tasks are broken up into different committees. And we execute the this year the creating a budgets, tasks, and opportunities to enhance each and every one of these committees by first everybody getting involved. We each one of these committees it was put here by President Ross for a purpose because these are the tools and resources that our people need to be able to enhance their lives. So right now, there are few hands that are doing all the work. There's 21 people on the call. If you are interested in working on any of these committees, please contact any of your executive officers today so that we can be able to connect our energy. Economics is energy connected. Everything we work for is we're working for things that are created. With our time and our energy is our greatest currency that we have today. With our time and energy as our greatest currency, we can truly realize the wealth that we have to be able to say yes to each other, to provide resources for our uplift and a quality of life that we all deserve. So let's put our time and energy in, please. You know, we are definitely working hard, but we definitely need more people to step up, take one of these, join one of these committees, and of course, we are committed as the executive officers to do an increased, even better job to guide, direct, and make these small steps very easily to be able to be executed so that this year can be the year that we execute and finally create salaries and budgets for each and every one of these offices so that we can provide the quality of life that our people deserve. Raise first family, Brother Macias. Uh, that's my report. Oh, and last thing, we have our business development meeting this Thursday. We will be talking about our yearly plan this year in our business office. Of course, we will also be talking about Garvey Day that's coming up. Our event, it is our major event that we have throughout the year where we celebrate the birth of Marcus Garvey in August. We are planning already, and we're excited about it to bring to the community an event this year that will be a catapult to the energy of progress and commitment for our membership to flourish throughout the rest of the year and just grow from there. The last thing, High Executive Council we have two annual meetings as an organization every year. High Executive Council is in the spring, and we have our convention in the fall. High Executive Council is an opportunity for members to submit changes that they would like to be voted on in I would say proposals better than changes, proposals that they would like to be voted on at convention. Um, that opportunity it happens where people vote at HEC to see if those those proposals will be passed to convention where they can be finalized there. Our convention, we also elect our presidents and our president generals and all of our parent body election as well. So HEC is coming up in this spring in Philadelphia, and I'll definitely be there. And it is like Sister Diane said, our lady president said, it's a great opportunity to connect with members around the world and the camaraderie, and you really can feel the spirit of Garvey. If you are a Garveyite um, and you join this organization, you really get to feel what this organization is all about when you go to the High Executive Council and a convention. So I invite everyone to travel with us. And if you are interested in that, please let us know as well. So we can make the opportunity available for us all to go race first, and let's continue to work for the race.
Thank you, Brother Macias. Brother Eric, were you saying you got to go?
President John, I have a question for First Vice President Macias.
Go ahead, Sister Desiree.
Okay, so Brother Macias, is that also included? Because I know, like, we had the meeting on Tuesday. President John brought up the fact about the business plan, and I do have a business plan that I do want to present, and dealing with, having a bookstore. And I put that together a long time ago, and I wanted to see how to go about that, or if you can help me twerk my business plan, and it can actually come on the floor for a vote as well.
Well, yes, great question. In the business development office, first of all, Marcus Garvey asks us in the 5-year plan to create a fund for our people to be able to invest in all of the what our people need to enhance their quality of life. So, and of course, that is done through businesses. We definitely are committed to be able to invest in businesses, and right now, that focus is focused on the infrastructure of how that works. So, right now, uh, our current position is not uh, set up to invest in businesses right now, but that is a commitment that we will have in the near future. And as far as the business plan, I'll be happy to help tweak it so that when that opportunity comes. It can be presented when that comes available. But right now, we are in the infrastructure phase of developing that. How that will look.
Sister Desiree, to answer your question.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you, First Vice President. Just a couple things that came to my mind. I meant to mention early when Lady President was speaking, but Brother Macy has mentioned it again. These gatherings, HEC convention, when the video that we shared last mass meeting from Dr. Tony Martin, he talked about the UNIA having some form of a parliament where regional representatives would gather and they would discuss the condition of the race basically and how to move forward. And that is exactly what HEC and convention is. So we, as the Atlanta division, we attend these parliaments as delegates of our region to represent our region and to make sure that resources and programs are being allocated for our region if those are available. The only other thing that I had was proposals also. Brother Mace, you touched on proposals and executive body as well as members. We need to discuss that. Members, if there's any proposals, that you can present to the executive body, we can discuss it. Executive officers, only time I see us being able to do that is executive meeting in April. But we as a body haven't necessarily come together and discussed, anything that we wish to propose for this upcoming HEC. So that's some homework for us to have that discussion. That's all I have for those. Um, First Lady Vice President, Sister Cecily.
Hi, family.
Greetings. Anything you want to share? Any reports you got for our division?
Sure. Well, the main thing that's been mostly on the forefront of our brains is Garvey Day in August. So we're working on that. Also, I also was able to talk with the President Ross Marvin this week, and we have ideas about how to reach more people through our website, and we're working on that. Also, I'm still here to assist Sister Diane with the Black Cross nurses, and we're working to get that, you know, up and going. We had a little shift in responsibilities, and yeah, we're working on that. Also, as the chair of arts and culture, I would like to say that I want to do something this year for Black Music Month in June. So if you have any ideas, please share them with me. And that's it. Race first.
Wait, first, thank you, Sister Cecily. Excellent job. Black Music Month in June. That'll be something new for us outside of Juneteenth. We only have like Juneteenth as a June program, so that'll be another June program for us. But I'm looking forward to it, and I think that's something we can accomplish and execute. Any questions for our First Lady Vice President? All right, all right. Thank you, officers. So far, everybody's done a great job. Brother Malik, second vice president, anything you want to share with our members and officers?
Yeah, pay your dues and find something to do.
Yes, sir. Definitely pay your dues. And Brother Malik, I've shared with our executive body the growth proposal. We're just trying to, find time to go through it amongst the executive body. I'm asking all executive officers to review it. I've been reviewing it myself so that when we do come together, we can be effective and put some meat on the bones and try to bring some of the vision to reality. So, Brother
I
Malik,
want
anything?
to. I put that on there. What Sister Cecily just proposed. I want to say that's something similar to that is in that proposal.
All right, all right,
Yeah.
all right. So maybe that's something else. I would try not to wait till April executive meeting, but if we have to wait till April executive meeting, we'll make that an item for that meeting as well. I would like to have HEC proposals as a priority for our HEC meeting, since that will be our last executive meeting prior to attending HEC. And if there is anything we want to discuss or present or propose, that'll be our last opportunity, pretty much. So,
President John, to that
yeah.
point, there's normally a deadline to submit proposals to be
Mm,
reviewed at agency.
mm.
Um, do we know when? Can we check to see when that is? Maybe.
Yeah. That's a great point. Honestly, great, excellent point, great reminder. I don't think anybody's even said anything about this process this year, but that is something that I need to look into. I haven't heard anything from leadership in regards to proposals or a deadline, but that's a great question, and I'll send out a request for Secretary General. Um, all right, all right. Okay. Thank you, officers. We will keep moving. Dr. Kuda, is Dr. Kuda on? She's not. Second Lady Vice President is not on. That brings us to our third Vice President, Brother Eric. Brother Eric, anything you wish to share with our members or executive body?
Yes, sir. Nothing too major. I get update wise, I'm not going to be able to make it to the April HEC, so I'm just gonna send the money I would have spent going to you guys, so just for I guess gas or whatever else ends up happening while you guys are there. And I'm just gonna write a report on the litter stuff that for just updates from last year for the people that are up there, so they can know what's going on down here.
Beautiful.
I guess I'm not gonna drag on too long. I can't really think of much else. So yeah, that's really it. Update wise, that's it.
Okay. Thank you, brother Eric. Any questions? Anybody from our
I did have a question.
What's up?
What do you mean the litter stuff? Are you talking about Philadelphia trash or what do you mean?
Well, I tried from from last time. It was kind of incentivized to focus on our jurisdiction. So me personally, it's litter and trash in general. It's a format that can fit anybody really, but it's more update of what I'm doing down in the south down here. But the update's really going to be like a more formal version of saying I've got a general use for plastics, metals, and styrofoams. Last time I went up there, or last year's HEC, that was what I brought, or what I was asking about mostly, and it's just an update on that. Really, I don't really know what else. I don't know too much else to say, but that's all it really is. I've got a general use from then for plastics, metals, and styrofoams. Last time it was just plastics, but we've had some development since then, outside of the UNIA and all of that.
I would just say have something we can review at April HEC.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I mean that executive meeting. Sorry. April.
Yeah. I'd like to look it over for sure.
Okay. That's our vice presidents and presidents. I did the topic for today. Brother Art, anything you have from recording secretary standpoint?
Yeah. Just to say that Secretary General at the last Secretaries meeting stressed the great need to for everybody to turn in their reports.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we had, but that's what she wanted to do. She stressed that by the HEC and the other one, they wanna do some things, so they need the reports to put all the finances together.
Gotcha.
Race first.
Check your email, brother Art. I believe we took care of our reports either last day of February or first day of March, and I believe you were copied on those reports. You should have been. If not, then I'll need to resend that. I know Ross, our treasurer, was copied, and our vice president, lady president, they were copied as well.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Okay. But yeah, we are up to date for
good. That's great.
Report.
It's a lot of divisions that are nowhere near up to date. I mean, some of them were a whole year behind. So that's what's got her trying to get all the reports in. Race first.
Race first. Thank you, brother Art. With that, we'll go jump over to our Legal Defense Committee Coordinator, Attorney Imhotep.
Yes.
And Counsel General, Attorney Imhotep.
Yes. Today in African history, the People's Grocery lynching. Thomas Moss, Will Stewart, and Calvin McDowell. March 9th, 1892. In March of 1892, in a mixed race neighborhood called The Curve near Mississippi Boulevard and Walker Avenue, a white grocer named William Barrett found his business shrinking because of the success of grocery nearby run by three Black men, Will Stewart, Tommy Moss, and Calvin McDowell. Rumors and trumped up charges sent a large group of armed white men into the store. Gunshots were traded and several white men were injured. The three Black grocers, all family men, were arrested and jailed. 3 days later, the downtown jail was stormed, and Stewart, Moss, and McDowell were dragged out and taken to the nearby Chesapeake and Ohio rail yards. The three men fought back, but eventually McDowell was shot point blank by a shotgun. Will Stewart resisted until he was shot in the neck. Tommy Moss was asked if he had any final words. He said, "Tell my people to go west. There is no justice for them here." He was shot and left with the others under a pile of brush. This lynching is also known as the lynching at the curve. Regarding her good friend, Thomas Moss, Ida B. Wells wrote, "A finer, cleaner man than he never walked the streets of Memphis. He was well liked, a favorite with everybody, yet he was murdered with no consideration that if he had been a dog. The colored people feel that every white man in Memphis who consented in his death is as guilty as those who fired the guns which took his life." With the aid of the city and county authorities and the daily papers, that white grocer had indeed put an end to his rival Negro grocer as well as to his business. And this was written, Ida B. Wells in the Crusade for Justice, 1892. Shortly after this lynching, they burnt Ida B. Wells's paper and printer, and she had to leave. And that's when she left and went to New York. And later in New York, she did have a difference of opinion with Garvey, but this incident led to her crusade against lynching. And she was a savior. Also, tomorrow, March 10th, 1913, in Auburn, New York, Harriet Tubman made her transition. And the Malcolm X Festival is coming up in May 17th and 18th. And last year, I think we did do well in our membership drive. And I think we should make plans to be there also this year. Thank you. Race first.
Thank you, Attorney Imhotep. I agree with you in regards to Malcolm X Day. Yourself and Brother Malik did a great job leading that for us last year. I wouldn't ask necessarily for that level of commitment from you two, brother. So let me get with the executive body. Gracious, April is 1 month, but I mean, I guess that's all we got. We'll have to discuss that at April's executive meeting in
More
addition.
than likely, if we got to get up, be out there at Old Dark 30 again, hell, I don't see nobody else getting up and being out there because I live inside the perimeter, so I can get there.
I got you. Thank you, Brother Malik. We'll again, as an executive body, we'll discuss that amongst ourselves.
All right.
That's a great suggestion, and I think that's something we should plan to support. Okay, last officer, I think it would be our treasurer, President Ross Marvin. Brother Ross, you there? Ross Marvin.
Yes, I'm here. Greetings, President John, and greetings, family.
Greetings.
Couple things, but before I begin, I want to big up First Vice President Brother Omasius, because for years, from 2009 to 2021, I've been attending and representing the division along with several other officers and members from them time, early officers from 2009, representing our division at the HEC and the convention. And I like how First Vice President, Brother Eric last year, and everybody who's been to the HEC and to the convention, I love how they step up to represent 421. I'm not able to attend to the HECs and the conventions if they're outside of Georgia anymore, but give thanks for those who's been holding the fort for us as Division 421 representing, especially you, President John, because you haven't missed one from since you joined. And also, Brother Macy's first VP said something very important. Now I'm coming to the financial report in a second, treasury report in a second, but I also got to big up Brother Macy's for pointing out that each one of our offices, and we focused on the corresponding secretary office and the financial secretary office today. We have about 44 to 46 offices in our local. And I had to write out all the goals and responsibilities for the offices. And Brother Macy's mentioned that these are simple steps. So these are the simple steps that was done from 2009 up until this time, so that we have a plan. We have a local bylaw. Most divisions don't have a local bylaw, but 421 does. And our bylaw is a plan for this century, all the way to 2099. Okay? Simple steps that will bring great results. So definitely we want, I don't know if we have a financial secretary, Brother Mace's financial secretary, correspondence secretary, Cecily and Brittany. We need to make sure all of our offices are filled, okay? And that's vital because this is our plan, okay? And we need to, we can't succeed without a plan. And in order for our plan to succeed, we have to work the plan. So give thanks for all the officers who are represented in the different offices. It took me some time to write out the goals and responsibilities for each of the offices, but these were the works that I was doing to build our division. And can't forget Lady President Tania for the CBPM. She also helped with the goals and responsibilities for 421 for each of our offices. And next, I have to big up Sister Cecily, First Lady Vice President, for reaching out to me last week. And we was building on how can we get our own location? How can we get our own venue so that we can have events or hold our division programs? So that's in the works, still building up on it. Cecily, I forgot to mention to you the structure of our division, which is our bylaws. That was an important part too in building our division. Next, before I get to the financial report, President John, the parent body had told us that every 5 years is the only time where we can make changes to our Constitution.
Yes.
Is 2025, does this make 5 years that now we can submit proposals and resolutions at the HEC to update our Constitution?
No, great question, President Ross. Um, yes, you are correct. Per last year, it was stated that the Constitution and resolutions would only be reviewed once every 5 years. However, per my understanding, there were three different types of items that were discussed at HEC. There were amendments, there were resolutions, and then the third type were proposals. To my understanding, proposals have not been um, removed from the agenda, and I have not heard of any discussion to not have proposals. So I believe as long as the proposals do not deal with constitutional amendments, they can be discussed. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that's correct because even last year, when it was stated that we couldn't address resolutions or amendments, we were still allowed to discuss proposals. So proposals will should be allowed.
So when is the fifth year where we can discuss the amendments and resolutions?
Next year, 2026.
Oh, 2026.
Yeah.
So we have to be well prepared 421 because currently we have members in 421 paying dues, but we're not able to vote for our leadership. So that definitely, we have to definitely address that in the Constitution. We have to make sure that all dues paying members are represented in the voting for our parent body, not only from 421, but from other divisions. So I have a real short financial report. Just want to badge it up for our president, working real hard, and turned in our financial report for January 2025 and February 2025. During the month of January, a total of $317.90 was given to the parent body, and that made up mostly of assessments, but also dues too. So I want to badge it up for all members of 421 who paid their assessment and their dues in January. So we have created that $371 to send to our parent body. And for February 2025, total of $27.90 for dues was turned into the parent body. So far from since the year started, we've given $345.80 to our parent body and badged up for all who paid dues and badged up for our President John, who put together our financial report to turn it to our parent body so that we remain as a division, we remain in financial status. So we remain in good status with our parent body. And as Brother Art said earlier, he's been meeting with Secretary General. I said a lot of divisions hasn't turned in their financial report and is not up to date. But that doesn't go for 421. 421, we have turned it in through the hard works of our president. So let's badge it up for our president and for all those who paid dues. Badge it up. Yeah, race first. Badge it up.
Race first, race first. Thank you, President Ross.
Okay, so that's my report. Ras Marvin, your treasurer, and soldier for 421 from the start. Race first.
Thank you, President Ross. And Brother Macy's, I'm going to hand it to you to carry out the remainder member share. I just wanted to, give it back to President Ross, Mr. Humble, as we all should know by now. He, his structure, as well as, the Honorable Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey, their structures allow individuals like myself, First Vice President, Lady President, to function efficiently. And I'm not gonna say, I will say look better than we are, because a lot of the work to on the back end to lay out the plan has already been, done. It's almost like we're driving a car that we didn't have to build ourselves, but we still had to know how to drive it. But we still got to give credit to the individuals that put us in a position to be able to function as efficiently as we have. So as President Ross said, the bylaws that we read came from his thought and design, as well as our CBPM Lady President, Sister Tania, and we just utilize that structure and that design, and that's how we are able to display what you have here, this executive body that have different functions and responsibilities, and the committees that our first vice president spoke of. All of that comes from the structure that Ross Marvin and Right Excellent Marcus Messiah Garvey left us through the Constitution and our local bylaws. Okay, Brother Macis, if you would, could you please host the member share for us?
Sure, sure.
Thank you, First Vice.
Family. Again, family, guidelines that everybody has 3 minutes. Of course, member shares where members have an opportunity to speak on any topic that you desire. Of course, some of the things that you hear aren't necessarily the express views of UNIA-ACL or each individual member. So we, of course, no profanity, and of course, let's respect each and every person's time. Of course, we start with our ladies first. Of course, as brothers, we have to know how to respect our ladies. So we start with our ladies first. Of course, ladies, don't give out your contact number again. And we'll start first with Sister Desiree.
Black Power, race first. Everything was interesting. I do want to talk to President John again about the proposals, but I don't really have anything. I was just going to say a quote by Frederick Douglass, and he says, "If there is no struggle, there is no progress." Race first.
Race first. Thanks, Sister Desiree. And no particular order is going on for the first name. I see have Lady Mayat. Like, have anything you want to share? Give you a second to come off mute. Mute button's hard to find sometimes. You have anything you want to share? Okay. If not, we'll come back. Next sister we have on the line, Sister Ifani. You have anything you want to share?
Race first. I have nothing to share. It's a great meeting. That's all. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Sister Ifani. All right, let's see. Next we have Bertha Rose. Do you have anything you would like to share?
No, I have nothing. I will look forward to going to the HEC meeting next year because this is my first time hearing about it this year. But great representation. Thank you. Race first.
Thank you for your participation. Race first. All right, our ladies are quiet today. Not much to share. Let's see who else we have. Sister Sharon. Have anything like to share?
Race first.
Do you have anything you'd like to share? The floor is yours. Did you want to share anything, Sister Sharon? Oh, all right. We'll move right along. We have next on the line. We have Tamara Singleton. Is there any, Miss Tamara, you would like to share anything?
Race first, Black Power. Thank you for having me. Salute to Sister Desiree, and I want to applaud you all for having this forum, and want to say thank you for your consistency and your dedication to the work of the Honorable Marcus Garvey. salute to everyone in the chat. Submit it.
Thank you. Sister Aziza,
I believe she is.
so maybe
It's probably on mute. Probably muted.
sometimes that mute button is hard to find. Sister Aziza, on the line? Want everything you want to share? Maybe not.
No, she doesn't have anything she said to share.
Okay.
Thank you, Attorney.
Thank you.
Race first.
Race first.
This is Sharon. I couldn't find my mute button. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to know if I could possibly get on the Arts and Cultural Committee with Sister Cicely. Is that possible?
Yay.
Mr. Sharon?
Yes.
Yes, that's definitely possible.
Okay. Another thing, I'm waiting for the meeting where I found out what our goals and objectives are. I mean, I understand that we're building a foundation and getting all the positions filled and everything, but I have yet to understand my purpose, you know, what the goals and objectives of UNIA are. So I'm looking forward to that meeting. And then, I'm sorry.
I got a question on that. Sister, are you saying the goals of the UNIA or the goals for a member within the UNIA?
Well, some of all of that, both. But I would really like to know what the goals and objectives are of the organization so that I could, better understand what my responsibilities are.
Okay. I understand. That's a broad question.
It is.
Rasa, can you help me out? Anything that you would recommend as a
Yes,
brief?
President John. Yes, President John. To see the goals and responsibilities of the whole government worldwide, the best source is our UNIA-ACL Constitution.
Okay.
And to see the local goals for the division, the best source is our division bylaws.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll understand the plan for the local and you'll understand the plan for the whole government.
Okay. President John, would you forward me that information so that I could read it?
Yes. As a matter of fact, that's my apologies. I forgot, Sister Sharon, you are a recent member, so you haven't received Constitution and bylaws. I owe you that information.
Okay. And the third thing, which is totally off topic, every morning from 6 to 10, I listen to this radio station out of Baltimore. It's 1010 WOLB. And this brother named Carl Nelson, he has a wonderful, informative show. Say, for example, last week, Frederick Douglass's nephew was on his show, Terrence Bailey. He also had Brother Anthony Broder, who was an expert on Kemet. He has a lot of good speakers and you get a lot of good information. And it's Monday through Friday. It comes on 6 o'clock in the morning from 6 to 10, 1010 WOLB AM radio. And it's an excellent station. I always ask everybody to listen to it.
Hey, Sister Sharon, do you mind putting that radio station in the chat? I'm driving, please.
I sure will. It's a wonderful station, sister. And there's also one, if you have Sirius Radio, called Urban View. And on Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, they have, Urban View is from 6 a.m. to like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They have 4 different programs that you can listen to. And it just has a lot of good information relevant to the times and what we're going through as a people right now. And so I'll post all of that for you. And thank you very much. And if you could get Sister Cicely my information, just in case she needs some help with organization and setting up chairs or whatever she needs, I'm available. Thank you. Race first.
We'll do. So Cecily, make sure you remind me to give you Sister Sharon's information.
Sister Sharon, there's also a WOL station 1450.
Same
AM,
thing. That's
out of
it.
DC. Yeah.
That's it.
Race first.
Race first.
Brother Mason, you there?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sister Sharon. And thank you for putting those in the chat as well. We're looking forward to tapping in to those stations, supporting our people. Our support is also a currency that we can give to each other. So it's definitely important for us to support Black business always and everything that we're doing in the communities. Thank you so much for sharing. I think that's all the sisters. Of course, before we go to the brothers, it's a great time. Of course, if you haven't paid your dues, our Cash App is on the screen. The $ UNIA-ACL. Definitely, we appreciate all the support. Of course, we counted up the costs, and we appreciate the support and continue to execute this mission. And thank you so much, President John, for sharing that. We're gonna move on to our brothers. Are there any sisters that I missed before we move on to the brothers?
No, but I want to add something on,
Please.
Brother Mason. All right, so the Central Committee of the NBPP is putting together, you know how you have, you know how you could look up businesses and it was in the yellow pages? So they're putting together the black pages. And anybody could go on the site, advertise your business, will collaborate with them. So your business or whatever can, because what they're doing is collaborating with Black-owned businesses all over, everywhere. And I put the link in there. It's the ppblackpages.com, and check out the site because they want all Black-owned businesses to collaborate together, and how a brother or sister can, when they want to buy Black, well, that's what we're supposed to be doing anyway. Buy Black, support Black. There's resources that's going to be in there that you can go to, as simple as, clothing, or what's the link? NBPP blackpages.com, and I put it in there again. As simple as getting some things done to your home, reading material. It's going to be, very huge.
Thank you, Sister Desiree. We appreciate that. Share. Check that out. Are you able to put a link in the chat? If you are, please do so. All right. Since we don't have any other sisters on the line, we're going to move on over to our brothers. And let's see, the first brother we have on the line. Let me share. Chaplain Mitchell.
Greetings, everybody. I don't have too much to say. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to listen. I just timed in.
Good to see you, Chaplain Mitchell.
Brother Mason?
Yes.
Is Mama Mina on the line?
I didn't think I saw her. Yes, Mama Mina. Hey, Mama Mina, you have anything you want to share?
In California? Mama Mina, you there? You on mute?
I didn't think she asked if there were more sisters. Maybe she didn't want to share. Okay, yeah, I'm sure she wants to.
Mama Mina? Hold on one second.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, we hear you.
Tell the brothers and the sisters out there in Georgia, they have burnt down this town that was 85% Black people. If they would do it in California, they're going to do it in Georgia too. You hear me? They burnt down the whole town. Everybody's house is gone, just about. And that's for real.
What city is that?
Altadena, California. And even Al Sharpton and the other brother, what's that attorney's name? Ben Crump came out here. They don't came all the way from DC all the way, or New York, wherever, all the way to California because they burnt down the whole town. They want to blame it on Edison, they can blame it on whomever. But the city that we lived in is burnt down. Altadena, California. I've seen it. Everybody's house I know just about that lived in. Some of my family members still have their homes, but all their neighbors are gone. I'm telling you. And if they do it in California, you know they can do it in Georgia. And blamed it on Edison Company and the wind.
The reports I've seen showing that the fire was deliberate and could have been avoided, so it's a hot mess.
For sure. For sure. And homes are this looks like a war zone. I want you to know. Because I lived in Altadena. That's how I know. They even burnt down a school, an elementary school. Churches, you understand? And they for sure can do the same thing any other place in the country. Just wanted y'all to know. Race first.
Race first, Mama Amina. It's definitely we have to be prepared. Of course, that comes through our organization and our unity. So
if they burnt down Black Wall Street, you know they can do it again. And we'll do it again and have done it again. My gosh. But thank you all.
Thank you. First, Mama Amina. We want to stay diligent as a people, diligent as we can. All right.
All right.
Moving on to the brothers. Do you have any other sisters before we continue on with our brothers that haven't had an opportunity to share? Okay. We don't have any other sisters on the line. We move on to CW out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, it's me. I already gave my report.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. That's you. Okay. Moving on. Brother James from LaGrange, Georgia. You have anything you want to share, brother?
No, I thank you though.
Okay.
First.
All right. We have next brother Abdul. Raise first, brother. Abdul Aziz. Brother Abdul out of Indianapolis. You have anything you want to share? Right.
Yeah. I want to share. I just want to say, much love, respect, brothers and sisters on this line. Black power. Make sure y'all plug in to Indianapolis, Indiana Black Flag. That's my organization. I appreciate this line. I hope y'all brothers stay in tune with whatever things going on. Race first.
Raise first, brother. And, feel free to share your organization in the chat. All right, next we'll have V or 40M.
Big Fool's race first. Got a couple comrades up here, so you already know Big Fool's. But yeah, I definitely heard what Mama Amina was talking about a moment ago, as far as our sense of urgency and getting some things done. I myself represent a secessionist movement. Our focus is around building a capacity to create and sustain a true unilateral declaration of independence. And of course, we use international law like self-determination, for example, to support it. But we have some comrades that have a agenda that's going on in July, which we focus on many different territories, but they have already been working towards exercising their self-determination and collecting enough votes for a plebiscite or a referendum to actually solidify a declaration for the city of Detroit. So, of course, we're looking to tap in with as many of our comrades, sisters, brothers, on whatever capacity possible to engage and support so that we can actually start moving towards true revolutionary activity in all the areas, territories that we occupy. Like what the sister was saying a moment ago, there's been a lot of progress and there's been a lot of advancement in terms of our people in many different aspects, but politically, economically, we are still at the absolute bottom. And because of recent developments as far as the constitutional government, we know what the people in position are looking to do in terms of serving their best interests. So in terms of us truly engaging in activity that's going to create the infrastructures, to create the base, to create the capacity militarily, etc., it's going to take for us to truly join hands and put in the work where we already focus our energy and already place our agendas and initiatives, programs, etc. towards. So with the UNIA-ACL, of course, economics is one of the main focuses of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, in which you guys have carried that tradition very well. We all know nationhood was always a core principle of just about all the original movements because they understood what it took in the long-term agenda for us to actually put ourselves in an autonomous and sovereign condition. So in honoring such and taking a look at what each respective organization, formation, etc., has been geared towards and developing, looking to see what role potentially could the UNIA-ACL play in us actually looking to unilaterally declare independence in smaller territories and larger cities such as Philadelphia, Chicago, and Detroit, like I mentioned earlier. So this is our way of kind of connecting with as many of the potential comrades, in which we know not everybody is going to be on board and not everybody is going to be willing to go that far. But when we say nationhood, we know that this is a requirement. So at some point in time, whether it's through leadership or through different various members, we want to definitely connect with the UNIA-ACL, the CBPM, and any other organizations, of course, who have that nationhood, self-determination, unilateral declaration of secessionist focus and agenda is a part of that outline. And we know that the UNIA-ACL has kept true to the tradition, so we're looking to tap and connect with y'all now so that we can look to pull those pieces together and really get that unity that's required for real nationhood. Big force.
Thank you so much, brother. We really appreciate the work.
I had something else to say. My sister does reads. You know what I'm saying? She's the one helping me with my organization. And she's been supporting me and, protecting me. You know what I'm saying? Black Queen. You know what I'm saying? She's behind me the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to let people know, you know what I'm saying, she does reads. And so, if I ever want one or anything like that, you know what I'm saying, let me know. Let me know what's up.
Like I said, brother, definitely feel free to put any links in the chat.
Say what?
Definitely feel free to put any links in the chat. people who want to support, so they'll be able to connect and support what you're doing. And also the Via 40M, appreciate what you're doing as well. Of course, one of the greatest ways to connect and to be able to see how we can work together is by becoming a member in our AACL as well, and being able to offer your input and seeing the structure and of course coming up with ideas of how we can connect together. So hopefully we look forward to you becoming a member and here soon and shortly. Thank you for your share.
Most
Yeah.
definitely, brother. Whatever. I'm, of course, again, I have mutual comrades that's already kind of connected with the UNIA-ACL. But whatever contact information, if I need to forward it to you guys in the chat, etc., I definitely want to connect. I know this is more like a formal thing. This ain't really something you just jump into a formal meeting of an organization and kind of introduce, but I knew that this was a way for me to engage with a few, thanks to, like I said, my comrades that's on the line now.
Yes,
So
sir.
I definitely want to tap in with you guys, though. Like I said, leadership, membership, etc. This involves us all, but of course, those who act in a leadership capacity have the ability to influence. They have the proper tools, resources, assets, etc. at their disposal to be able to act in the maximum capacity. So we definitely want to tap in on whatever level possible.
Yes, sir. I do want to say your share was definitely right on time. This is member share where we do allow our members to share whatever they're doing in the community. So your share was definitely right on time. As far as the leadership being able to make the decisions, I would just want to double back to our lady president, Lady Diane, who 2 years ago just joined the organization, is now in a leadership position. So the leaders will rise, and you definitely feel like a brother who is a leader. So please definitely join us, and we can see how far you could possibly go and be in that position to make some of those suggestions and decisions collectively.
Will do, brother.
President John,
Appreciate it. Big Fours, race first.
race first. President John, you want to say something?
No, I'm okay. I'll run it through you, Brother Macy's.
Race first. All right. Next on the line, we have how much, Brother Brandon. How do you want to share, Brother Brandon?
Oh, hey, what's going on, y'all? Race first. Now I just want to encourage everybody, just stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Continue striving to connect. We need to network with each other in order to succeed in our goals. Continue educating each other. Like the sister was asking earlier for information. I know President John got her back. He gonna handle that. So just look for that information in your email, ma'am. He gonna set you straight. I'm personally looking for more networking myself, but I'm just gonna holler at Dr. Kuda and President John about that myself. But I'm just glad to hear everybody staying focused and doing their thing. And what's this? Black Summer 2020? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I look forward to doing more business with everybody. Race first.
Race first. Race first. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah. All right. Next on the line, we have Brother Ken. Brother Ken Serious. Anything you'd like to share? Find that mute button. You're on mute. Brother Ken Serious. Anything you'd like to share? Oh, right. We're moving on.
Can I say something real quick?
Of course. Of course.
I know it's the gentlemen are sharing, but Brother Ken Sirius has a CD that I listen to, and I still have it in my car, and I just wear it out. An amazing reggae artist. An amazing reggae artist. It's an old CD, but it's like, to me, all the stuff that's on that CD is 100% timely. And I believe I picked that up at the last Marcus Garvey event. Thank you, Brother Ken Serious. It's like an amazing CD. That's all I have to say. Race first.
Brother Ken Serious, now you got us anxious to hear from you now. But we appreciate you. We'll be looking up your music and maybe step away. But everybody support the brother. You know, we'll move on to the next brother. We have Brother James. I think I called you, but I'm not sure if you came on. I think that might be all the brothers on the line. If there's anybody I missed who did not have the chance to share today. Anybody did not have an opportunity to share, this is your final opportunity before we move to close. Great meeting. Definitely please speak up if you haven't. Remember, of course, officers training on Tuesday. We have a business meeting on Thursday. Looking forward to ACC. Think about your proposals. And in the words of our second vice president, Leak, pay your dues and find something to do. There's not anyone else. Motion to move to close. I'll pass it back to you, President John.
Wait a minute. I want to say something right quick. That brother in Indianapolis, Abdul. Now he has that organization called Black Klan, and he was telling us last time he was in a meeting about his organization that he has in Indianapolis, and if Abdul could also put his information in the chat, because he does have an organization in Indianapolis called Black Klan.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, definitely encourage. Please put in all your information you have in the chat. We want to connect. It's one of the reasons we do membership. We want to know what's going on within our communities. Of course, we know as a UNIA, there are two types of members. There's active members and there's inactive members. But each and every Black person around the world is already a member of the UNIA already. So that's just next step is paying your dues and giving us your contact information, and so we can stay connected. We appreciate everybody on the call today. Pass you, President John.
Thank you, First Vice President. Great job. And thank you, everyone, again. Only thing I've got in closing, March 25th, there'll be a gathering at Big Bethel AME Church to commemorate Mr. Garvey speaking at that church 100 years ago. So we'll announce that. I should have a better flyer. I think I got just like promotional stuff right now. Like looking for advertisement, but we'll have an official flyer for that at our next mass meeting. And that'll be the 23rd. So that's all I got. Thank you, First Vice President. If everyone would, please come off mute. Put your black fist in the air. And repeat after me. One God.
One God.
One aim.
One aim.
And one destiny.
One destiny.
Africa for the Africans.
Africa.
Those at home.
Those at home.
And those abroad.
Those abroad.
Race First family.
Race first. Peace and love, family. Peace and Black power.